Let's take a look at tidal force. Tidal force is a stretching of a celestial body towards or away from the center of mass due to gravitational pulls by other gravitationally bound celestial bodies. Let's take a look at the Earth-Moon system. We have the Earth on the left, which I'll label with an E, and we have the Moon on the right, which I'll label with a capital M. And we're looking at a snapshot in time because the Moon is orbiting the Earth. Now, really, the Moon is orbiting a common center of mass, which I'll note with the X here, and that's located about 75% out of the radius of the Earth. The Moon is actually orbiting around the center of mass, otherwise known as a barycenter for the Earth-Moon system, and the Earth is also orbiting around this barycenter, or the center of mass. Now, noted by the color yellow in the graph is an arrow, and that arrow is pointing towards the center of the mass, and that is known as the centripetal force of the Earth orbiting around that barycenter. Now, pointing away from it in the color red is this gravitational force, and that gravitational force is between the Moon and the center of the Earth. Now, on this near side of the Earth that's facing the Moon, we have a larger gravitational force than we do have a centripetal force. And the net of that is going to be a pull towards the Moon. That's the net, and that is going to be our tidal force. It's the net of the centripetal force plus the gravitational force. And on this near side of the Earth that's facing the Moon, that direction is going to be towards the Moon. On the far side of the Earth, the centripetal force is actually larger than the gravitational force, so the net force is pointing away. So our tidal force on the far side of the Earth is pointing away, whereas the tidal force on the near side of the Earth is pointing towards the Moon. This gives us two tidal forces all along the line of centers connecting the Earth-Moon system. So tidal force is a stretching of a celestial body towards or away from the center of mass, which we can see here. The center of mass is the X. We see on the near side, we have a stretching of the Earth towards the Moon. And on the far side, we have a stretching of the Earth away from the Moon, or away from the center of mass. And it's due to the gravitational pull of the Moon on the Earth. This net pull of the centripetal and the gravitational force is what we call a tidal force.